It's this slow. I don't think your life now is so discouraging. On a more serious note. Yeah, I think the net is somehow the thing is not encouraging at all. Oh my good God. Because there's a way I really want us to take this teaching, but the network is cutting it and it's not encouraging. I am even thinking of ending it. I don't know. I so Alora, before others come, I was talking about all pains are not the same. Yes, we are not laying blames on those that have not been able to keep their homes, but everybody know that there isn't really the right spouse. I mean, as in this person is a perfect being. But wherever you are, look for how you could maintain it. Your marriage, look for how you could cope with it. Look for how you could deal with the problem in. There is no perfect person. The problem you're passing through, another person has passed through it. But I know that yes, some people find it difficult to really pass through, to really endure what they are into. But I am pleading with Christian brothers and sisters to see how you could at least ease the pain of your wife, the pain of your husband, so that things can go well. So that is what brought about they know is the right spouse. Because looking at the very first creation God did a perfect match for both of them. That even when the man saw the wife, he was so impressed. He was so happy that he called her woman, the bone of my bone, the flesh of my flesh. But it wasn't quite long. They've not even given birth to the first child when Eve went against the power that was guiding their home and everything was torn apart. So, from that, I want us to really know that having a life partner depend on the perfection of the person. In as much as you are okay looking at him, because it has a lot to also do with what you are seeing. Looking at him and you could appreciate God for who you are. I mean, who you are having. Let's not look at the imperfection because it is there. Look at the great thing. I wouldn't want to call it creation if did. It almost ruined their home. Yes, the fact that God gave Eve to Adam doesn't mean that, I mean, looking at what Eve did does not mean that Eve wasn't the right person anymore. So, what I'm saying is that whatsoever may be happening in your home, and that is what I'm trying to bring out, does not mean the person is not the right person anymore. If you are already together, bounded by vow, accept him, accept her as the right person. So whatsoever day comes in, you take the person just the way he is and see how you could cope with it according to what we've explained last week. When the case of Adam and Eve happened, I so like that place. I have really spent time to look at it many years ago. And it really helped me, it's really helping me in my marriage. Because before you enter any home, when you get to know that, yes, thank you, Bridget. Thumbs up again. Thank you very much. So when you know that yes, this person I'm going to get married to is not going to be perfect. You that is not perfect, looking for a perfect person is a case. You should have a prepared mind that something could happen. Not that you are expecting it. No. Believing God that yes, my own case will work well. Yes. So just like first thing I was explaining before the line went off, and the line could go off again because I just don't know. I believe is network. Yes, the network is slow. So what I'm trying to also say, what we're dwelling on, when two couples are striving together in Christ, yes, they will always attain, there will always be a similarity, a great similarity in the things that they desire. Yes, if you also look at Eve was wanting to just make it I want you on your own study that the relationship, the creation and the relationship between these two people. He was wanting to make a better home for the husband. Yes, and this is what really make people go astray. Wanting things your own way. And again, not having issues with running issues with your husband. I believe if she had discussed this issue with Adam, it wouldn't have resulted to this. People believe Adam was there, fine. He could be there, but not it could be. According to the scripture, it was there. But discussing issues is different from being there. If they had discussed it together, probably Eve, women being smart, would have also been able, in the process of them discussing it, tell the husband that, but you know we are not supposed to, or we were told not to. Yes, that is the issue of running case together. So, what am I trying to let us know in this place? If I want to speak through call. Yes, you can call him. Please tell me the right time to do so. You can call him now. You can call him. So, you can call him now, Valentina. So, in that kind of situation, when they were together in the garden, if they had discussed this thing, maybe they would have been able to resolve it. She would have spent time with the serpent. So it will help us a lot to put all such things. When we have issues to run, let's not go faster than our husband. Even our husband, we can also discuss with our wives concerning issues, concerning difficulties. We might think we are doing well. Yes, there's a call from Valentina. Let us take it. Sister Valentina, you are welcome. Then who is the right spouse we are talking about? We want to hear your own version. You're welcome. Yes. Isabella, you're welcome too. Okay. Mm. If you are hearing Sister Valentina, please say yes. Sister Valentina, they are not hearing you. Please increase your voice a little. Oh. Okay. Hmm. 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 Good. Thank you, sister. Yes, still be thinking of more. You're welcome, sister. Thank you very much. Yes, it wasn't that very clear. What she was saying, yes, Sister Dumi just rounded them up in wanting, while we are wanting to be like God, we will be able to, we become more compatible as we do things in common. On a more serious note, when we are both running the same spiritual race, when we are desiring together to be like Christ, very important, but she summed it up. But now we are going to go deep into the practical aspect. Yes, because if Eve had considered, Eve was looking at the earthly desires, the things that could make them go wise, things that she could, that could make them, never to die again, things that could make them, these are things that I think that does not really, even now, yes, people, when you crave too much for knowledge and wisdom in the world, then there is every tendency that you could have problem in your home. There's every tendency that you could fall. Yes, looking at what my sister said here, because when we talk about we being having a wife, having a husband, one thing we should concentrate on is the man, and the man should concentrate on the woman. So if Eve has considered the husband's happiness, the husband's home, what is guiding the power behind them, she wouldn't have gone that far. Yes, it is when you lose focus that things become that way. So now we are talking about then who is the right spouse. If we are having problems that makes us at times say, my marriage a mistake, or my marriage is a mistake, then there are some things here she just outlined I want to bring out. She said the right spouse is the spouse that is regarding the other person as herself or as himself. Amen. Are you getting it? Nancy Emeka, good evening. You are welcome. You are welcome. Yes, it's a good topic. Thanks for the thumbs up. I want you also to think of what to say. Who is the right spouse, Oga Emeka? Yes, he was here last week. He strictly said if the wife commits adultery, he can never take it. And before I continue with what Valentina said, signal fade again. Knowing what is going on. I touched something. I hope you're hearing me. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. So, yes, I know I won't blame her, I blame him. And I know if you have a man like that, don't try it. If you have a woman like a woman too that cannot take you going out, please don't even try going out. It's a bad thing. We've ironed that out. But some men can't just take it. Many men are taking it out there, but some men can't take it. Many women also are accommodating men to doing it. Some women just can't take it. So that brings us to what we are having here before us. He said, regarding others as yourself, that is what our sister Valentina just said. So if you know you have your husband, for you to be the right spouse to your husband or the right spouse to your wife, please put their joy into consideration. That makes you unique. That makes you special. Whatsoever you are thinking of doing, what will my husband say? What will my husband think? I tell you, this program, I am not perfect to have been treating it. I so love it because I am benefited too. You as a woman, what is all about you? You keep thinking, what is all about me? What is all about my pursuit? What is all about things that gives me joy? Then if it's outside what your husband is, if it's outside the entity of your husband, they know that you are going the wrong way. Yes. And for you not to be the right spouse, you need to dance back to tune, dance back to line. Because when you are going against him, there is every tendency that things at home will go wrong. Today, when we read the Bible, a lot of people condemn Eve. And if you look at the other aspect of it, poor her, she was trying to go faster, probably trying to do things for the man. You don't run things that way. When you want to do something outside your community as a family, let the man know, because it might go a long way in affecting you. Not when the thing has already consumed you before you come out to say, my husband, I wanted to do something like this. Even men too. It will also go a long way in helping your wife. Don't look at women, oh, like some men do say, where did she get to contribute? What did she have to say? No, when you are engulfed in difficulty, speak out before it consumes you. So Valentina also went further to say, always compete to make him happy. Always compete to make her happy. That's it. It will help us a long. It will help us. It will help us a lot. He said, looking at each other. This one they make me laugh. Oh, he said, looking at each other to be younger every day. Is it possible? Because me, I dey see and say I don't dey old, and I'm also seeing my husband that is also aging. It's true. It is true. Yes. Sister Dumia, you have a comment there. I will take it. So that is beyond the physical. Beyond the physical. So let it be in your mind. Keep appreciating one another. Keep believing that yes, that your wife is so beautiful. And tell it, say it. When you keep confessing it, it becomes reality. Then easily let go. She said, let us easily, let's when we get offended, we should easily let the issue go. And when you let it go, you see that you can be happy. These things, they are not things that you do easily. But when you keep practicing them, you practice it and it gradually becomes part of you. When you get annoyed, ask yourself, why am I annoyed? This person just acted according to his own understanding. He just acted according to the way he thinks he should act. Even when he's deliberately doing it, just try to speak to yourself and put yourself together and let it go. Then don't always go back to the past. Yes, that is what she said last. Don't always go back to the past. Yes, when I was younger, I always do this. I always do this. Yes, it is very, very bad. It brings back wound. Don't always go back to the past. Beloved, let's keep moving on. Even if there is offense of today, don't go back to the past. Then Dumi, there is another one here. Thank you very much, ma. It is very difficult for two strangers from two different backgrounds to become one, as the Bible says it is through Christ that these two people can bright up for each other. Dangers come when we become weak spiritually. You are very correct. That one, my dear, if you are married to somebody that is not a Christian, at times that is why most Christian marriages are very difficult to trash. Very, very difficult to trash. Then, if they are both Christians and one then go astray. In fact, it's possible for one to go astray when the other one is weak. In that period of weakness, what do you do? Yes, and that is when flesh begin to manifest, because it is not spiritual height that brings about infidelity. No, it is not because you've studied Bible too much, you've prayed too much, that brings about lying, brings about violence, that brings about cheating on each other. No, that is not spiritual violence, spiritual upliftment. It is spiritual weakness. So when this spiritual weakness comes in, is he no longer the right spouse? He is still the right spouse. She is still the right spouse. That is why I said, when we notice our wife in such difficulties, what do? A woman, a wife that you dearly love, and again, linking it to the first explanation we have, oh my good God, that we should regard the other as ourselves. So when your wife falls or your husband falls, what do? If you are genuinely regarding him or her as yourself, oh my God, are you hearing what we are saying? I don't know if you're being carried along with me with these two contributions we are trying to compare. Yes, if we are, both of us are Christians, and when one is having spiritual weakness and could not manage it and happens to fall, what do? Aren't you going to stretch your hand of help to lift the person up? That was what I was trying to, that is what I have been trying to say for the past weeks, that we've been treating infidelity. That as many that has fallen, it is not because they wanted to fall. It is because they have not been able to manage it well. Now knowing that my right spouse has fallen, into mud, into red ink, into pit, into big sheets, what am I going to do? Am I not going to stretch out my hands of help, just like a child that fall to the ground, to raise that person up again? I don't support infidelity. It's such a stinky thing. Yes, we are going to see trash after infidelity, life after infidelity. We will trash it here. You will see how much, how deadly it is, how painful, how nothing it is. Probably then we will have strength to not even think of it. But now that we are talking about then who is the right spouse, this thing we are discussing now is what led me to bring then who is the right spouse. Because I was thinking that yes, some people just can't hold it. The pain they are passing through, they just can't hold it, that they just have to let the marriage go. They just let it go. They just go away. Then, if we all keep saying, no, I can't take it, this, the other person say, I can't take it, the other one says he can't take it, then who is the right spouse? Yes, thank God today, with the explanation so far, they brought it. Looking at each other to bring up, I mean, looking at pursuing the joy of the other person, if that is what it's all about, pursuing the comfort of the other person. We knew why Eve came into the life of Adam when he could not press on anymore. Yes, in his period of loneliness, in his period of weakness, he was back and was weak. He was back and was lonely. He was back and was tired. We are made for each other when we are tired. We are made for each other when we are weak. We are made for each other even when we have fallen. Oh my God. Let us understand the deep meaning of reunion, the deep meaning of marriage, the deep meaning of togetherness. When we have this kind of mindset, even before entry, we will know how to stand by each other. Why can't we let put the enemy to shame? Because when this problem is on ground, the enemy will be laughing. Yes, he has succeeded in ruining one again. And we dance to the tune. We just dance and follow because I can't just let it go. When I think of it, I can't just let it go. A man whose wife had fallen, he said he saw another man on top of the wife. He didn't hear it. He entered and he saw it. He said his head like almost bursting. He said what he could do was to descend on the door, he descended on the wall, started fighting it. Are you getting it? That is the pain. But what did he do? He didn't let her go. He told me, said, everybody said I should put her away. He said, how can I put her away? He said, she's my wife. She's my wife. I vowed before the Lord in the altar to marry her, to stand by her, even when it is hard. We took the vow together that he can't let her go. My dear, he is not a fool. And I tell you, pains go with time. The wound has started healing and healing fast. So when we learn to let things go easily, when we don't look back to the past, your mind will want to bring it to you. Yes, you are human. Fine. It will want to come to you. Thank God when it comes. Say, God, I thank you. And while you say that, the thing has no hold over you and it will let you go. Did you know when you go away from your wife or your husband because he has fallen, that thing can never leave you. Even when you go to another person's house, you leave the woman or the man and you remarry, it will always be there that, yes, this person wounded you up to this extent. Then why not hold each other to fight it again? Because there is also no assurance even in the other person's place. Yes, the right spouse should also be able to absorb the shock from the other. Oh my God, Sister Valentina, you want to make me to start breakdancing. I'm so happy for this. He said the right spouse should also be able to absorb the shock from the other. Yes, shock will come. That is why we are human. Oh my God. So looking at the very first gift God, the very first union God created, they were perfect for each other. But before they could give birth to their first child, the wife has already fallen. And that falling of Eve can be related in different ways. You can look, if we want to start analyzing it, it will go a long way. So When it comes like that, just don't let the enemy take over your marriage. When it's difficult, when he has gone away, stretch your hand of love to lift him up. Even when he's not giving you hand. Have you seen a situation when a little child falls to the ground? You will even be trying to bring up the child. He will be saying no, he will not allow you to hold him. He will not allow you to hold him. So even if he's refusing, let your hand be there so that when he's like true, when I say true, when the floor has dealt with him, he will look forward to that your hand that you are stretched. He will hold it again to get up. And that was make you stronger. And that was makes you a zone that can never be dared. And that will make you to be a blessing to others. Yes, because you have passed through, you have been refined, and you will be able to refine homes too. Beloved, let us be there for one another. Yes, the right spouse should bear in mind that it can never be all. It can never be all true. Yes, my dear. In fact, I'm so happy today, and I want us to have this in mind. Let us have this in mind that if my wife having a weakness or my husband having a weakness does not mean it's not the right spouse. The vow you people took together makes him the right spouse. I keep saying it. If you want to quit, quit before you take the oath. You know what? As I was imagining what we'll be treating, I was thinking, does it mean that if, for example, my husband happens, I mean, what is it that my husband can do that will make me say, no, I can't anymore? You know what came to my mind? If my husband could go and sleep with a 3 years old child, as we do see in news, as we do read, oh my God, this thing is deadly. Oh my God, I don't know. It's heartbreaking. That kind of a thing. I don't know. I pray that God will help me. I don't think I can take it. But notwithstanding, you've not got there. I've not got into that. And I can't by God's grace. That is why we say, let's marry Christians. So I know that Christians are doing, I even read in the Bible what one pastor did to yes, whether 7 years, I can't remember the age. But no, my God won't allow the temptation that we can't overcome come to us. So any temptation that comes to you knows that you can, as a child of God, you can. God will not allow the one you can't overcome come near you. That is so dishuman. Which grammar go take describe am? So it's so bad. Let's not just think of it. But we have seen women too that are taking that. Yes. So the one you can't take can't come to you, sister. The one you can't take can't come to you, brother. Yes. But try to reason that when there be a shock, as Sister Valentina has said, when there be a big blow, my dear, stand to take it and move on together again. So let's not use the weakness that we have for each other to say this spouse is a wrong person. No, no. Let's see how we could move on, hold each other together. Let's see how we could move on. There was one confession. There was one case that came to me, but that one I refused to handle it. A pastor, yes. So why are we talking about this? We are talking about Christians, Christians, Christians. At times, Christians they are human too, they are flesh. They can also do things that you can't imagine. A sister was sent to his house to the pastorate for cleaning. It's not a sister, it's a woman, another man's wife, to go and clean the pastor's house. And the pastor used her sexually. So as the man was being tormented, he came to me and I told him that fine, I can't trash this one. Go to your church, the headquarters, and report yourself. They will know how to trash it. But for this, me, I'm not going to trash this one. I know it wasn't a difficult thing to trash, but I just didn't trash it because he's a pastor, he has hierarchy. He should go and trash that one. He should go to those that he is under, so that they will know how to also counsel him and know how to go about it. But personally, for me, I can't do. I just deliberately refuse to do that because I don't know whether there will be consequences if I should trash it. If he was to be an ordinary member, I would have told him to just go and never to do it again. Yes, that is just it. That is what the judgment God, Jesus gave. He said, go and sin no more. Yes, it is not that there is no room, according to what Brother Emeka said last time, for you to put the person away. Then where is the love of God? Yes, where is the love of God? Because if we say love covereth multitude of sin, if love does not count on wrong, then what kind of love do you have? That is what we are saying. I am not talking to Mecca. I'm using this example to just like generalize it for us to know that if we truly say we love our wife, if we truly say we love our husband, then let us see how we could go through difficulties. When Eve did that in the Garden of Eden, he didn't, God didn't tell Eve, he didn't tell Adam to let Eve go, that they are not meant to be anymore. No, he didn't. Some people, I read a book where they spiritually analyzed what Eve did, that they said it was what led to the waywardness of Cain, their first child, because he was conceived in the midst of their falling. Probably could be true. Some people even rate it to having a sexual relationship with serpent. Everybody has their own way of interpreting, but I always go to the normal, just the ordinary level. She fell, she fell. That was just it. And did you know, again, let's stop pushing blames. The fact that it was Eve doesn't mean that we should say she did right. She did wrong. And again, Adam, did you know what Adam did there? When God told him, he said, it is the woman you gave me. You know, when things go wrong, we begin to blame the source of our union. If it was our connection from our parents or from friends or from relatives, we begin to push blames. Let's not. Let's always confront issue. It is the woman you gave me. But when you were giving that woman, you were so carried away that you said, this is indeed the bone of my bones and the flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman. You've forgotten. So what am I saying? At the initial of your marriage, you see how, in fact, you're so overwhelmed, you're so happy, you so bless God for this person. But now spiritual weakness has come in. The person has fallen. You want to walk by. This is just like the Samaritan story we do tell. You want to walk past. Yes, the Samaritan story we know. People that are supposed to rescue him, we are all walking past. If you cannot rescue your husband, is it me that doesn't know him that will rescue him? People are rescuing their own. What you're saying I can never do, people are doing it. Then it has gotten to you want to let your own go. So what are we saying, dear brothers and sisters? What are we saying? That we should always be there for one another. We should always be there to stand by each other. We should always be there to give a lifting, a stretched hand of help. We should always know that people are getting it. Yes, another call. Amen. Hello, sister. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah. You're... Oh, you are. Thank you, sister. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. God bless you, ma. There is what she just said in now, that a happy home attracts the enemy. Yes, attracts devil. He wants to make you unhappy. And we should always see every strategy of his to destroy your home. And that was what happened in the Garden of Eden. Oh my God. It's a perfect this thing example we are using. God made the Garden of Eden so beautiful, and He made these people a perfect couple for each other. And did you know what? The enemy was so unhappy for their happiness. He was so unhappy for their happiness and was looking for how to penetrate them. And so the weaker one is always a target. The weaker one is always a target. Eve was the weaker one and was used. It doesn't mean because he was a woman that makes him a weaker one. You, the woman, can be, the man can be the weaker one. So see it as a target to view your home. And when you see it like that, what will you do? You will quickly close the door. You will quickly close the door. So what am I trying to let us understand? A typical example of what's happened in the Garden of Eden, when couples are so wonderful that people are looking at them and looking at and wanting to be like them. Before you know it, the enemy will want to strike. Then when you see it strike, what did you need to do? To quickly stand by so that you people can go and me come up again. He say the devil is unhappy with a happy hole and always wants to use the weaker vessel, always want to use the weaker one. I've said it before that one is always weaker. One sustains the whole. Why not let it be you? Amen. Why not let it be you that will sustain the home? Yes, Sister Dumi, you're welcome. Another example is in the Bible is Abigail. See how she used her wisdom to cover the foolishness of her husband, Nabal, and through her wisdom, she saved their people, not only her home. She saved their people, knowing fully well that knowing fully well that if I decided, oh my God, Lord Jesus, I thank you. You know what? If I put this woman away, because what happened was between Nabal and David, just Nabal and David, they look at the lines, the chains of people that would have been affected. Everybody in the household of Nabal would have been affected, and that compound of Nabal would have become desolate. When we mean desolate, would have been ceased to exist. So when you are putting the woman away because of just infidelity, when you are also not perfect, I know that is a big thing. No, when I say just infidelity, is the future of your home is bigger than that one. That is what I'm saying. That is why I say just. And put off a woman. What about the children? What about the children's children? Because when children, I grew up from a broken home, but thank God my father was able to stand by us in his way. My mother was able to also stand by us in her own way. But it is not all homes that are being privileged like that. Yes, not all homes. It has great effect. Yes, it has great effect. I know of a brother that wanted to marry my sister. The family said no, they don't want anybody from a broken home. Even when the brother pleaded that this broken home is a different one, the family said no. Yes, it doesn't mean my sister didn't get another one or didn't do well. She is perfectly okay. But is also a stain. Okay, leave that apart. When these children are grow up from a broken home, the effect of it, if they can't manage it, can go a long way if affecting them even in their home, affecting their own children. Imagine the generation will continue to be affected by this. So you look at the consequences of something. If not, the chain will continue. But your forgiveness can break the chain. Yes, your letting it go can break the chain. And when it breaks the chain, the enemy will be put to shame. And again, that woman or that man, when it's being restored, might be of greater blessings to you. Yes, even when Abigail restored the home of Nabal, his foolishness led him to his early death, and Abigail was lifted up. So I don't dare pray that prayer for your husband or wish your wife that way. Abigail never wished Nabal bad. It was his wickedness that overtook him. Yes, it was his wickedness. His mind was probably, it was heart attack. What would I call it now? No, not cardiac heart arrest. So what am I trying to say is this. Looking at the explanation our beloved sister Domisile just brought, your forgiveness is going to rescue a home. Your forgiveness is going to lift up a home. Not just your immediate home, your home to come. So let us consider the consequences, the effect of our consequence. The effect of our actions, the consequences of our actions. So if we now go back to what we've been saying, knowing now that the devil is unhappy about a happy home, knowing now that I am supposed to easily let go, knowing now that the I shouldn't think of the past, but we should always see how we can move forward. Even when the past comes, I should try and push it off. Knowing all this, then what do we need to do? We need to, as we said before, let us see how we can compete for the joy of our wife, the joy of our husband, so that we can always have a wonderful union. The enemy attacked, the devil attacked the first family God created. It is not because it was imperfection. It is not because God made mistake. No, it was just because the enemy was after them, after their peace, after their joy. So what will you say when you see people in such situation? What will you say when you find yourself in such situation? There is never going to be perfection in as much as we are here on earth. And knowing that he who is looking for a perfect wife, he who is looking for a perfect husband, will always make mistake. What are we going to look for? A God-fearing man, a God-fearing woman. And that does not mean that there will not be time for weakness. But when you recognize weakness, don't always wait until it falls. Be a prayerful man, be a prayerful woman. You will always receive an alert. Yes, it's an alert that yes, a message is coming to your home. Then you will know how to delete it as fast as possible. You will know how to delete it. When we sleep, the enemy sow. Yes, we know the parable in the scripture. When we sleep, it is not only the weak one. You, the strong one, was also sleeping. So when the enemy sow, if you are alert, you will receive it. You will notice that this thing is coming. So it is both faults. If we are there to sustain each other. So when it was weak, you were sleeping. Yeah. So let us both be always alive. The man be alert in your spirit, the woman be alert in your spirit. When one is weak, the other one will receive the alert so that you can see how you can quickly bring up each other. I tell you, I don't know how you see this. I'm sorry. I strongly believe in speaking in tongues. When you are having burden, don't look at it that it's overwork. Try to be able to differentiate between spiritual burden and tiredness. Try to always be able to differentiate it between spiritual burden and overfeeding weight. They are both different things. Try to be able to differentiate between spiritual weakness and wanting to sleep. They are not the same thing, because there is no way you will not be having burden. When you now have burden spiritually, yes, know that you don't, even if you don't know what to pray, but then start speaking in tongues. I believe in speaking in tongues. There you are praying for what you don't know. The spirit will use you to intercede for what oncoming something that you don't know of. When you just wake up at night and your soul is wandering, your spirit is bothered, don't sleep back. Don't feel I am just so tired that because I could not continue sleeping, that is why I woke up. No, you woke up for a reason. Yes, don't take things lightly like that. I am not the type that sees fly and say, oh, let's kill it. Holy Ghost fire. No. But ministrations come from little things that you don't you don't know. So when you get to understand how your body functions in relation to things happening around you spiritually, you will know that these things are easy, because there is no way alert will come. This thing is of spiritual, especially infidelity. It has spiritual implications. So when it's something coming to ruin your home like that, you should be aware. You will certainly know it. So what am I trying to say? That when things go wrong like this, don't blame the target only. Don't blame the target only. And it's not time to push blames. It's time for you to wake up and say, no, this thing has to be arrested. And it is not, we've discussed it, not by attacking. No. What you know that it's not also his fault or her fault, you won't attack it like that. What you need to just do is to see how you could put things together and move on. Move on well in Christ. So what am I trying to say is this, beloved, as I am rounding up, it is very, very important for us to always know when things are going on and wrong in the life of our children. Oh my God. Beloved, pray and pray for God to help you to be sensitive to the things happening around you in the life of your husband and in your children's life. When the issue of one child keeps coming to you, keeps coming to you, don't outrule it. Don't see it as, oh, the love of this my pikin is coming to my mind too much. No, there is an issue. God wants you to pray. Yes, He wants you to pray. Don't wait for anybody to come and tell you things that concerns you, that concerns your home. We are the prophet and prophetess of our home. We should be able to stand in between the gap. And when you did not know and it now happened, beloved, take it. Absorb the shock and fight it back. Amen. So today it has been a wonderful one. I am so happy, so fulfilled at getting it this way, the way I really want, and the way I wanted it. Lumisile, I want to thank you. You're welcome. Bridgie, you had time for me today. Thank you very much. Isabella is that Rabona? Oh my God, the name is so meaningful. Amen. You're welcome. Thank you very much, my great-in-law. Valentina, I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much. Chase Fashion being there for me, I say thank you. Nancy, Emeka, Chukujindu. I hope you're getting what we are saying. You didn't object again. I would have wanted you to object again. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm so glad having you guys here, and I hope to see you again next week. I don't want to give it because the topic at times I used to put it, but before that time it will change. Let us see. I thank you all for coming, and let us see how we can encourage ourselves and be happy. Yes, there is joy. Our heaven starts from here. Righteousness, peace, and joy starts from here. We need to have it as Christians, have all the benefit of food. Yes, it starts from here. We can enjoy our heaven even while we are still here. So let us see how we could put the enemy to shame to be a blessing to people. Let's be blessings to people. When we keep discussing like this, we gain more knowledge and we gain more wisdom on how to be of an assistance to people. Yes, and the more you assist people, the more you get more wisdom. And if you quit, you won't be able to be of help to people in such problem. And one thing you don't know, when you don't move out, you won't know that this thing you think you can't do, people are doing it. Yes, when you even quit, you are even the fool, because many people that are not even Christians are enduring it. And many Christians too are enduring it. In fact, we all know Josmaya now. Josmaya was being abused as a child by the father. Even when she has made it, she built, she gave the father a house. The father sits at the front seat in her church. Hey, that woman too much, eh? When you hear some people on it, hey, you'll be encouraged. You know that you have not started. That even the one you are crying for is nothing. So, my dear, wipe up your tears. Don't think. See how you can clean your own. Clean it very well, your home. Clean your husband, clean your wife, and put our hands on your armpit and move out together and put the enemy to shame. God will continue to bless us. God will continue to strengthen us. In fact, you know what the Bible verse I wanted to use, Philippians. We can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth us. We can't do all these things by our strength. I am not saying it is an easy thing. It's quite painful. That is why we say, put what you know will make your partner happy, put it forward. I know it's not easy to bear. It is not an easy thing, but we can get there. We can get there. We can do all things through Christ that strengtheneth us. So remain blessed, and see you same time next week. Okay, bye-bye. Should we cancel the